Welcome back, everyone, to River and Sea, where I have arrived here at Forhel in Syracuse. And it looks like we have the sea out here. Though with all this ice out here, I don't think it's the most hospitable place for ships. It's a bit chilly, of course, so I have to wear my cold gear at the moment. But I was asked to come here, and I shall do so to inform Lothrandir. Stand next to this fire so I can keep a little bit warmer.
Some mysterious foe is endangering the prey of the Lossoth hunters.
You say that it's time for the Dunedain to ride out of the North Pine Sea? It is a long way to Rohan, and even if that be where Aragorn is need of us, none know the perilous roads like I do. Yes, I have traveled in the southern lands. I have walked the hills and valleys of Benedwise, been stalked by savage creatures in the mysterious woodlands, and climbed along the rocky heights of Thor's Combe. There are dangers on that road that must not be dismissed. There is no guarantee that even a dozen rangers will come to Aragorn at the time of need, or at all. The blood of the Dunedain flows through my veins, and they will always be my people. But I have another people now as well, and I want them to be safe. I speak of the Lossoth. Will you help me protect them from the mysterious foe that strikes from the heart of storms and under the cover of black night? All right. What about this terrible foe? Is it some sort of... was it a snow beast, maybe?
I've tracked the screaming shadow to its lair. We must finish it.
The Lossoth rely in large part on the skill of their hunters. For Hel is an inhospitable land, and though they are accomplished hunters and know every hill and plain around the ice bay, there can still be lean times. In recent days, after some of the hunters have brought down game animals, a screaming apparition has descended upon the prey from out of the darkness, and borne it away amid the Lossoth's confusion and terror. I do not know what manner of beast this may be, but I have tracked it to what must be its lair. Come with me, and let us finish this screaming shadow, that the Lossoth may bring enough food to feed their people, and I will be satisfied. I will bring my knowledge of the Southlands with me as we ride to Aragorn. All right, then let's go.
The Ranger Lothrandir has knowledge of the southern lands through which the Grey Company must pass. But he will only take that road once he is certain the Lossoth of Forhel are free of danger.
Look at this, Pine Sea. I had no idea that such an expansive cavern existed beneath the frozen tundra of Forhel. We must be on guard as we make our way through the cave in search of the screaming shadow that has harried the Lossoth hunters. It has carried away much of their game, and that what few tracks I was able to find came to the entrance of this cave before being lost in the shifting snows of this land. Do not be dazzled by the reflections of the ice. We must remain alert to all threats while we search for this cavern. All right. This way. Stay alert. Alert. Aye, aye, sir. Look there! We have found the inhabitants of this cave, and they appear to be quite hungry. So is the screaming shadow a bear? Apparently not. I detect something else coming up here. Worms! Could worms be the screaming shadow? There are no bears. How many creatures are in this cavern? The ice hinders our visibility. What threats may it conceal? Well, I see another bear up ahead through the ice. Look out! Nah, no trouble whatsoever. What next? Careful! There's a fissure in the ice ahead. We need to cover more ground. If we search different areas in the cavern, we will have a better chance of finding what we seek. That's right, it's time to split the party! Cross the fissure and continue the search. I will explore in this direction. Okie dokie. Okay, up here, up here. Good. And more worms. Well, I guess they're in pairs, so that makes it unlikely that these are the Screaming Shadow, because the Screaming Shadow was by itself. It could be that bear we killed earlier, or this bear here. Though I take it that based on the description that they don't think it was anything, because if it were a bear or a worm, they would have said so. Or at least that's what we're assuming. Of course, there's always the possibility of things like snow beasts or anything like that. Though I don't know if there are any... Okay, there are. Okay, yes, there are definitely snow beasts in here. Though I would think that they tend to be pack hunters, right? So maybe it's unlikely that they are going to be doing all this alone or something like that. Well, we'll find out. We'll get to the end of this, to the bottom of this, see if there's anything else in here. And soon you'll find, alright, that there are more worms around here. Yeah, no, I don't need a button. Alright, let's see. Where? Oh, yeah, we want to go around this way, right? I hope I didn't get disoriented while I was fighting that. Okay, and around this way. Oh! Tricky, tricky, tricky! But not good enough. Let's see what else is ahead. A campsite. Young girl crouches in the campsite. Can this be the Screaming Shadow? The girl stares at you fiercely, her eyes wild with anger and fear. She shivers in the cold, and her face is thin and drawn, and a feral air about her, as she seems tense, poised to strike. Who are you? This is my home, the only home I have left. Heinzie, what have you found? Stay back, intruders! Who are you? What are you doing in this place? I am no one. My people cast me out. There is no place for me in Angmar. They took even my name from me. Alright, so name I hear is no one apparently. Once I was a Vyre, but no longer. Now I am Gunain. Gunain. Without name. Now I wander stealing scraps to survive. All that is left to me is anger. And I will kill you. Hold, Pine. See? She's been defeated. That's interesting. I guess I didn't have time to do the Femme questline on this character? Interesting. Listen to me, Gunine. You served Angmar, this we know, and it has gone badly for you since you were cast from their clan. You cannot steal from the Losoth as you have done. You must find a new home, or you will die here among the ice and the snow. None can mourn you, no name, if you perished as you are. We will do you no more harm. Swear to me that you will leave this land of the Losoth and seek an honest living elsewhere. This mercy is yours today. Ooh. Sorry, my Lore Master series, so we just had the other end of this encounter, shall we say. This mercy is yours today. Do not throw it away. If you continue to trouble the people of Forhel, you will find that my heart has exhausted its pity. Do you swear this, Gunine? I will leave you this bag of food. It will last until you have begun to remake your life. That's all her response. Oh well. Let us leave this place. Gunine will have to find somewhere else as an honest living, somewhere where she cannot hinder the Losoth. She will find a more forgiving place to live, or she will die in this harsh place. Others who served Angmar would have had even less of a chance. That is settled.
The Losoth will now be able to bring in their prey without interference. I thank you.
Gunane's life is her own now. Whether it will be a long or short one depends upon the choices that she makes. If she spurns our help and continues to harass the Losoth, it will be a short one indeed. Perhaps she will find a way to leave her troubled past behind. It is to be hoped that she will do so, for otherwise she will perish, alone and without the name that for which she grieves. You have done as I asked, and now the Losoth will be able to bring in their rightful prey without interference. I will do my duty, as I said that I would. I will join the Grey Company in the South Road. All right.
You must travel then to Ohire.
You must travel to Ohire to tell the Rangers Coroner and Golodir of the Grey Company's journey. Lothrindir listens to you briefly tell him that the reasons that Elrond felt that Golodir should not be troubled with the errand. I see. I do not agree, but if that is the will of Elrond, there is little enough that I could say to dispute it. Coroner, then, should he be told of the Grey Company's mission, you will find him in Ohire, the settlement of the Trev Galorg in Angmar. Well now, time to go to Angmar, and obviously I didn't do the quest in that area because otherwise I would have met Gunane before. I have arrived in Ohire, and it looks like I have found Corridon.
You've come just in time.
You've come just in time, for I do not know what I would do if you had not arrived. Golodir, my captain, he is in grave peril. The death of his daughter Lorniel brought him to the very brink of despair, but I thought his triumph over the false king would bring him the peace that he sought. For a time it seemed that it did, but lately he has lapsed into such a pit of grief that he seems not to know even we his friends. His sorrow fuels his anger and the remnants of Angmar, and he goes alone into the most dangerous strongholds of evil. The false king is gone, but not even Golodir can long stand against the servants that still remain in many of those places. But he has gone too far this time, for I do not know what to do. I need your help, for in this grief and rage I fear that Golodir is blinded to the danger, and where he goes there is no return. he travels alone into the rift of Nurzkhashu. We must rescue him. Alright, so we must rescue him. Well, this time we need the skirmish panel, and this talking to him should have unlocked rescue at Nurzkhashu, which is the last skirmish that I need in order to have the full set here. Well then, let's go.
Taken by some madness, Golodir has ventured into the rift. The air is thick with menace, and the stench of Thawaloch lingers.
Oh, I haven't named my herbalist yet. Oh well, I'll have to take care of that at some point. Poppy. Alright, where were we? We have done well to make it this far, Pine Sea, but it seems that many of the evils that once dwelt here have retreated into the deepest parts of Nurzkhashu. It may be too long to hope for our passage to remain unnoticed. When we have driven Golodir to make this dangerous journey, has he lost all hope for the future? He has suffered so much, more than any one man should, and yet he persevered. Has he at last given in to despair? We must keep moving. Norbar is ahead, and I fear what we may find there. Alright, so make my way to Norbar. Golodir is not himself. Of this I am, sorry about that, uncertain. He is the wisest ranger I've known. And what could have driven him to, I don't know. I wish I knew they were coming to this place, because I should have worn my other suit. I cannot understand it. We must rescue him. Alright. This place calls for the summer outfit. Oh well. Too late now. Oh. Okay. And now. The trouble with daywalkers. Sorry, Poppy, but I have to wait for the shield to drop before I can do anything. There we go. Okay. There you go. We must make it. We must reach Norbar before it is too late. Yeah. Poke the thing in the right spot and the whole thing comes tumbling down. Whoops. An ancient funeral Torak Nar has arisen and blocked your path. Oh. And we've got a defender of the vial. Okay, good. New D, Troll Slayer. Next! Alright, the Storm Crow. Okay. I know it's called a Blood Rook now, but when the skirmishes were first released, it was called a Storm Crow. Okay, and New deed, Work Slayer. Make haste! We must breach Norbar before it's too late. Yeah, I think I heard that before. So that's 2 down, 1 more to go. Torque Ruin has arisen to block our passage. Alright, over this way? Yes, it is. Ooh. Troll Wound Taker. Oh, try that. Let's try this. Excellent hit. You're welcome. Oh. Let's see. Ha! You did it. Too late. And that's 2 down. 1 more to go. You went down quickly. Faint snoring comes from the south, and lots of things come from the south, apparently. Alright, I'll have to take care of what's behind us. You could scout on ahead. Alright, you heard some faint snoring. When did that guy arrive? Was he there all along and I just didn't notice? Must have been too busy. Okay. New deed, Worm Slayer. New deed, rescue at Nurse Oops. And now we have Snogtaloon. Snogtaloon. There you go. Okay. We're done with clearing out the back end, so let's go meet with Golodir and see if we can find any sign of Golodir. An inauspicious location? Look there! Beyond the great pit of fire, I see Golodir! We found him! Let us make our way to the far side of Norbar Pine Sea. There we will speak with Golodir and bring him from this perilous depth. Okay. This way, we will skirt the edge of the Colosseum. Beware of the fire streams. The streams. The streams. The streaming lava. Golodir, why have you come to this place? Speak, my friend. Lorniel, stand back from the door. I have come to save you. Something's not right. Come here. We must unravel this mystery, or I fear he will be lost to us. He speaks of his daughter as if she were still alive. There is some great evil at work here. What has raised this madness in his mind, so to cruelly seize upon the grief which is in his heart? And what can be done about it? Don't know. What is this feeling? Can you not sense it? Darkness and power. The force has imposed its will upon Golodir. It poisons him against us. Whoops. Let's just do this. The question was whether or not I killed him before the trap went down. What happened? Where am I? Golodir looks around in amazement and confusion. There was a ringing in my ears as if I swam in deep water, but it's gone now. There was something else. A shroud is lifted from my eyes, but which is the dream and which is not? She was alive. I was not too late to save her. Some part of me knew that Erebin had dominance over my mind. But even the small hope of seeing Lorniel again was hope enough. I did not fight him. I'm ashamed. I am no ranger. You're the bravest ranger that I know. Why else would Erebin seek to master you? He sought to revive us of you, and at a moment that we needed you the most. The Dunedain are gathering. We must ride to the aid of our Lord Aragorn. We need you, Golodir. So, the time has come at last. Perhaps it will do me some good to leave Angmar behind. It sounds like it'll do you a lot of good. These shadows have become too familiar. It will be best to leave them behind. I shudder to think of what awaited Golodir behind that door of Pine Sea. Erebin's dominance over his mind and my mentor was strong. What would Golodir have seen there that had he remained under the Rogmul's power? I care not to guess. You're not going to peek behind? I know only that it would not have been Lorneal, and perhaps that would have been enough to destroy Golodir forever. Let's escape this to the surface. Nurkhshu is no place for us, or for our loved ones. All right, let's get out of here. That went better than we feared.
You have my deepest thanks for aiding me in the rescue of Golodir.
Golodir must have drawn the notice of Erebin during one of his excursions into the cities of Angmar following the defeat of the False King. Who knows what would have happened if the Rogmul had maintained his dominance. We can be glad that did not happen. I think it is best for Golodir to come with us as part of the Great Company. It is not healthy for him to remain in this land, as marked with grief as it must be for him. The wide southern lands will do him good, I am sure of it. He will be kept busy, as we all would be, and I believe to be the best means of rising above grief, as he must and will. Thank you again, my friend. You are welcome. You have come a great way, Pine-Sea, and bring your message to the Dunedain. Golodir and I will inform the rest of our kin here in Angmar, and we will make haste to join the Great Company. You shall return now to Master Elrond in Rivendell, that he may be told of your errand's success. All right, so we head back to Rivendell. Mission accomplished.
The Grey Company assembles. What dangers will they face on the road south?
You have done quite well, Pine-Sea. The Great Company assembles with as much haste as can be taken, and they will ride to Aragorn in the wide southern lands. Whatever dangers have befallen him, we must believe that the Dunedain will reach him in time. If you desire to aid the Great Company and Aragorn further, you may ride with them. I will tell you when all is made ready. Until that day, go in peace, and keep still the safety of those lands. The way south will be dangerous. I believe I'll get a break of all of 2 minutes? Well, I suppose so.